How has everyone's meditation been? How's everyone's meditation? Yeah, what have you said?
I just thought that I don't haven't done is download the app and actually tried to sit down. But in terms of the way I've been thinking, thinking side of things, really, really good.
Okay, cool.
I asked my partner Emily, as soon as something negative comes up, like you notice it more now. I think since we had that conversation, it's like, oh, I really notice when something is negative. Like understanding that that's a negative thought. I'm trying to counteract it. Like I look at
balance it out.
Yeah, like the supermarket, and I'm scanning people through, and it's like every second customer has something negative to say. It's like, hey, what's your day gonna be today? Oh, nothing. Like, so all day I'd be like, oh, well, you know, you got this look to forward.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to balance everything. I was like a challenge. I was like, gonna make this sound better or this sound better.
That's good.
It made me feel better too. And then, like you said, that same thing would happen where that positivity would bounce back too. They go, oh yeah, you know, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
And so like it wasn't as hell, and I realized maybe it was so hard to be at work because you're constantly surrounded by small parts of negativity.
Yeah.
When you change how you look at those kind of things, I think I felt better as well. It's sort of like a challenge, like but that's negative, here's something positive.
Yeah. That's really good. How's your guys' like mindset and positivity, and do you find yourself getting caught up with sort of negative remarks from kids?
Not really, no.
No?
That doesn't bother me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're 12, 13, they say what they like, they're going to run their mouths.
Yeah.
So if you start listening to what they have to say, you're going to have a tough time.
Okay. Yeah, I remember like when I was in school and like we would pick on the year 8 teachers and all they would like hide their shit in the roof and like horrible stuff. Hope that doesn't happen to you. No, okay.
Not that bad.
Okay, cool. And do you guys like meditate or do stress management techniques? What kind of stuff do you like to do?
I don't really use a hell of a lot myself. I think like I use exercise as like a little bit of a void. Like if I have like a bad day and I go and do a workout, kind of makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
With like being pent up a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it just kind of comes in waves. You know, like you have a bad week or a good week every now and then. You just kind of manage it as it comes, I guess.
Yeah.
Just try not to take it too personally if it's not anything that is personal. You know, like try not to get worked up by little crap that just doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah. I like Gary Vee, he says don't listen to the positive and don't listen to the negative either. Like just listen to your customers or to your gut. And what do you like to do?
I can be a pretty negative person, so having Fraser come to the last session, like even just over the weekend, there were so many times where I was being so negative and he would just like make me say what would be the positive way.
Really?
Yeah, and I stress.
Wow, look at you.
I stress over little things, so if there's someone like kind of pointing out my bullshit really for being negative. It just shows that how much you do push away the positive vibes instead of just being negative all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel better.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, hopefully you can download some apps after today. You will. Okay, how's your mind been since last week?
Better.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just trying to stick around.
Yeah.
I actually went to work and I was like, I'm going to write down how many negative conversations and how many positive conversations I have. And I'm like, I don't like these stats.
Yeah.
I bailed pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah. Then you try and turn it around. Like Fraser was like, hey, instead of that, what about this? Or, oh yeah, I guess that's...
I did. And it worked for some people, but not for everybody.
Yeah. Like with, Sue was telling me before how one of her employees came up and was like, oh, I made a mistake or whatever, and then you're just like, oh, look at it like this way.
Yeah, okay, no one died, so...
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah, we sort of got a bit more of a positive spin. And I said, that's okay, you'll learn from this and let's try to make a way of that so you might come again, but don't beat yourself up about it. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
The big scheme of it.
That's what Dale was saying, it's like he starts on the bigger stuff, like I live in a good country, I like my house, and then you finally find the smaller stuff together.
Yeah, I like how my big toe looks. End up with that.
The small stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what do you guys think like meditation is? Like, if you've never heard of it or like you don't know much about it, like what do you think it is? If I was like, okay, go meditate, what do you think it is?
Relax.
Relaxing, yeah?
I thought it was the
like with the incense and like sitting cross-legged on the floor and like
calm.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anything else? Any other like
I guess just kind of like trying to clear your mind of everything and trying not to focus on anything.
Okay, yeah.
In a sense, just trying to like, empty yourself out, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So meditation is familiarizing yourself with the present moment. So being in the present, not thinking of the future, oh, I have to do this, this, and this, and not thinking of the past, oh, I messed up because I made this or did this or whatever. So it's being in the moment. So most people think about meditation as being like no thoughts, right? You want to imagine, because we can't ever get rid of like all our thoughts. We can't, like, that's kind of impossible unless you've been meditating for like 50 years and you're just like 8 hours a day, like it's kind of impossible. So if you imagine a waterfall and you're standing behind the waterfall and all the water's coming down, mindfulness and like meditating is just sort of stepping back and just looking at the waterfall coming down. And some days when it's raining and there's like a heavy waterfall, that like we've got work to do, we've got this, and this, and it's just like a lot of thoughts. And then other days, it'll be a very slow waterfall and it would be kind of easy to just sort of sit back and like look at the thoughts going through. And if you use Headspace, I started out with that meditation app. It uses a lot of these cool analogies like the road, like traffic. So if just like the waterfall, like this road out here, like when I come to work some mornings, there'll be no cars there. And that's kind of how my mind feels in the morning, just clear, like focused. And then like as the day gets on and peak hour, just like tons of cars, like that's kind of how your mind works. So you want to just sort of stand on the side and just watch the cars, watch the waterfall and just look at those thoughts and not get caught up with it, not trying to jump in the waterfall, like get in that car or just sort of stand there, okay, I need to take the trash out. Okay, I need to wash my car. I need to have some food, right? So meditation is training yourself to be less emotionally reactive, right? So instead of being like, oh my God, I have to eat, like I need to eat now, like, and then panicking, be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling hungry. It's okay, I'll eat after this. It's not reacting. So a good example is, I'm sure we've all been driving and someone cuts us off. Right, we're just like straight away like, oh, you effing this, you like, right? Does anyone get that? Road rage. Yeah. So you want to imagine, and this takes a lot of practice with meditation, not to react instantly, be like, okay, how am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling like anger, like that person's a horrible person. Oh, maybe I always think like this, have I ever done that accidentally? Maybe I forgot to look, like I think I'm a nice person, like I wouldn't do it intentionally and I just accidentally, oh, whoops. But then they beat me and they think I'm the arsehole driver. So if you just imagine, you give everyone the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, maybe that was the very first time they've ever cut in front of someone. And if you can imagine, like this is like next level Zen master, when you're walking down the street and there's a gust of wind, you don't get mad at the gust of wind, do you? You just kind of like notice it. So that's how you should react when like someone cuts you off. You're just like, oh, okay, sure, yeah. And you just sort of chill. So that's like, you have to meditate and be like, that's when you know you're like, you've made it as a meditator. So during meditation, we're looking for a good balance of focus and relaxation. So if you're too focused, like I'm gonna meditate, you're gonna get all tense and stressed. And if you're too relaxed, you're just gonna fall asleep. So that's like a common thing. Some people just like, oh, I can't meditate, I just fall asleep. You still want to have some sort of focus and be like, what am I thinking of? Oh, I feel tired, okay. Try and stay awake, like listen to your heartbeat or focus on your breath and things like that. So how do you meditate, right? So 3 things: you sit upright, you focus on your breath, and then when you lose focus or your mind wanders, you just go back to your breath. 3 things, that's all. That's like mindfulness meditation. There's other types of meditation that are more complicated where you come up with a mantra and you're like, I'm amazing, I love myself, or probably less focused on yourself, maybe like love is energy and energy gives me life, or just like a weird saying that you say over and over again. There's like theta meditation, I think it's called, where it's like gratefulness and you just think of I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my friends, I'm grateful, and you just think of their emotions. Like you imagine you're at a family lunch and you're like, everyone's having a good time, and like you think of all these emotions and it makes you like real happy. which are more like complex ways of meditating. Like the basic one is just sit there, sit upright, and focus on your breath. So with that being said, let's all do a little meditation here, just a couple minutes. Okay, so I want everyone to get comfortable. Have your feet flat on the floor and your hands on your lap. And when you're ready, just gently close your eyes and look into the darkness of your eyelids. Become aware that you're sitting. Sit and know that you're sitting. Feel your feet on the floor and your hands on your lap. Relax the tension in your face. Just soften your eyelids. Focus on the air coming in through your nose. As you breathe in, feel the sensations of the breath. The sensations in your belly expanding, the sensations of your chest expanding, or the sensation of the air passing through your nostrils. Become aware that you're breathing. As you breathe in, know that you're breathing. As you breathe out, know that you're breathing out. It's natural for your mind to wander. So if it starts to wander, just remember 3 words. Simply begin again. As soon as you're lost in thoughts, notice that thought and go back to focusing on the breath. And then when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Namaste. How was that? Did everyone's mind... So it's not easy to just completely switch it off. You think like, oh, what's he going to say next? Oh, how long is this going to last? Oh, did I come here? Is this the right thing? Or like all these things that are going on in your mind. And then you're like, okay, I noticed that. And then you come back. So I always say for people, if you try and meditate, or try and meditate, there's no such thing as trying. If you meditate and you think of 1,000 thoughts in 10 minutes, or you think of 1 thought in 10 minutes, it's still meditation. And usually on days where your mind's going crazy and you're like, oh, that was a bad meditation session, that's probably good, because if you got down from 1,000 to 500, that's better than going in on a day where you have like 10 and then you go down to like 9, right? You have a bigger improvement. Okay, so before I started meditating, I would let my mind decide what I was going to feel emotionally. Like there was no buffer in between. It was like, oh, someone cut me off, F you, right? So it was filled with uncomfortable thoughts. Like my mind was filled with uncomfortable thoughts of shame and judgment. I constantly felt the craving for noise and distraction. I just constantly needed to be stimulated by something, and I felt like I was being lazy if I wasn't listening to a podcast or reading a book or trimming my toenails or having a shower or eating food. Like I had to be doing something all the time. Like I think like I couldn't even have a shower without, playing music or a podcast, or driving in the car like 2 minutes without playing something. I just constantly needed it, because that silence to me was just uncomfortable. I was like, what do I do? Okay, so I was never present in the moment with my friends, my family, my clients, and most importantly, myself. I was never like in the moment. I was living in the future, or I was thinking of the past. So meditation has helped me massively reduce my stress, get better sleep, improve my relationships, focus on my business, and improve my mental focus, my mental clarity. So all of this just from 10 minutes a day, right? So now if you don't meditate, think about when the last time you just sat there and tried to think of sort of nothing for 10 minutes, or tried to just focus on your thoughts for 10 minutes. Like, would have been like ages ago, right? Maybe it was in the shower or in the bath, or I don't know, something like that. So it's crazy. We're always busy. We're always in a hurry to go somewhere or do something, text someone or hear from someone, not even thinking about the past or planning for the future. Right? So a study from Harvard has shown that 47% of our time is we're lost in thought. So that's almost half of our life. We're just not in the present moment. So imagine watching the TV and the brightness is on 50%. You're like trying to squint. You're like, what's going on? You kind of understand what's going on, but you're not fully aware of everything that's going on. It's unclear. It's foggy. So your mind is the only thing you have. Without your mind, you have nothing. Like imagine one day you just can't think of anything. You can't do anything, can you? You don't have any skills, you don't have any emotions, you don't have any focus. So it makes us feel happy, content, emotionally stable, and at the same time to be kind and thoughtful. To perform at the best of anything we do, we need to use our mind. So think of any elite athlete or anyone that's written a best-selling book or done a podcast or something that's truly amazing. They've needed their focus and their mind. So to perform our best, we need to use our minds. Yeah, we spend more time watching TV and washing the car than actually taking care of the mind, are one thing that we need. So we live in a society where we feel like we have to constantly be stimulated, like I was talking about with myself before. If we aren't watching or listening or writing something, we're wasting time. You're being lazy. Oh, you're not listening. You didn't listen to 10 audiobooks today? Oh, you're a loser. You're wasting your time. Which happens all here. Oh, you're doing courses? Are you doing, what books have you read? What research are you doing? It's like, it's all right, I'm just in the moment. It's all right. So as a result, we get stressed. Our mind's cluttered with all these things we're thinking of. Our mind is craving distraction. It's living in past events that we could have gone better, or it's thinking of future problems that might come up. We're no longer in the present moment. So it's very easy, like I was talking about last week, if we're not aligned with our values, to turn to alcohol, sex, drugs. Social media is a big one. Remember how many times you pull up your phone during the day and you're looking through your Instagram and you think it's harmless, but then you see, oh, that's a cool workout. Oh, look at that girl's bum. Oh, look at that guy's six-pack. Oh, look at, and you're just like getting these hits of dopamine to your brain. Your brain's like, yeah, this is great, keep going. Because we don't want to be alone with our thoughts because it's uncomfortable, it's scary. So to strengthen our minds, like we strengthen our biceps with bicep curls, meditation is a positive, practical, achievable, scientifically proven technique which allows our mind and body to be healthier in the long term. So when you look at brain scans of practice meditators, the parts of the brain related to attention, learning, compassion, and focus are all bigger and stronger. So I've done different brain scans on like taxi drivers, and they're part of their brain which controls like mapping and travel and things like that. They're really lit up, and then people who practice meditation or compassion and focus and things like that are really lit up. And they've done, like, there's thousands and thousands of meditation studies, and all of them show like their brain like actually changes after 6 weeks, just meditation. So 10 minutes a day for the next 6 weeks, and your brain will literally change, which is insane. So when you meditate, it's going to help with your immune system, your sleep, your confidence, help with seeing the positive, like we've been talking about, help with exercise in the gym. So Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be, because he was such a big celebrity, he would have people coming in and filming him, and people were changing. There was someone that was changing his mic while he was squatting, like just coming up to him and changing his mic while he was squatting. He was filled with distractions, but yet he achieved so much. And he used his workouts as meditation. So using that 10 minutes in the morning to focus your thoughts, come into the gym, then when you are doing the bicep curls, you're like, my mind is in my bicep. And I'm just, that mind muscle connection.
That's why I thought like, swimming. That means the last time you really thought about yourself, I think swimming must be like, because all I'm thinking about is put my hand in the water, down to my leg, breathe, and that's like all I'm thinking about the whole time.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Swimming is probably the best one because you have to remember
so
1, 2, 3 breath.
Yeah, and I get out of the pool and I feel so much better. It's like 20 minutes, and it's like that's the only thing you think about. And when you lose that, like when you say you've got train of thought, go somewhere else. Your swim was there, so you bring it back to the focus on the swimming. Before you stroke back in, and that's what I do focus on.
Yeah.
Because the last time I was probably with myself.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. The only thing with swimming is you have to breathe through your mouth.
Yeah.
So I had a client that was doing a lot of swimming, and I was like, buy this snorkel, you can breathe through your nose while you're swimming. But then that kind of takes away the breathing on the stroke.
Yeah.
But yeah, swimming, that's great. Yeah. So help with exercise, communication, minimizing stress and anxiety, staying in the present moment, compassion, tolerance and acceptance, willpower, and the capacity to love. So willpower is a big one. If you can train your mind to change in 6 weeks, you can create a habit of, I want to eat healthier, I want to drink more water, I want to come to the gym, I want to move more, I want to feel better. Like all these things you can change just with meditation. And that it all comes from willpower and discipline, right? Capacity to love as well. Like you're not going to, freak out at your partner if they, tell, or put the trash out, or I don't know what couples argue about, but whatever they argue about, and then you just like freak out. No, you take the kids to school, and then you start bickering. Like, oh no, I didn't mean to say it like that, but then they've already interpreted it like that, and then their feelings get all negative, and then they reflect it on you, and then it's round and round. Where if you can just think, actually, I'm going to ask nicely, like, could you please take these kids to school? I have a busy day at work. And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. And you're like, wow, that was easy. This positive thing's really cool. So you can't control what happens to you externally, right? So you can't get mad if your kid's school time gets changed to earlier in the morning and then you have a meeting that you need to go. You can't change any of that. The only thing you can change is internally, so how we use our minds. Meditation will help you gain control over that monkey on all the controls in your brain just going, like hitting all the buttons in your brain. You're like, hey, monkey in there, relax. Like we still need that monkey in the brain to hit buttons, we just need him more control. We need to train him to be like, hey, hit this button at this time, whenever, right? So we're training that monkey. And then that'll give you access to more confidence and allow you to follow with your true values and your mission in life. Done.
Yeah.
Meditation. Yeah.
Good.
Thanks for coming, yeah.
Is this like a follow-on from last week, right? So,
pretty much, yeah.
So next week is it meditation again, or is it something different?
It'll be something different, yeah.
So you do smaller seminars, but you kind of split the topic up over a couple of weeks. That's the theory.
Well, yeah, I feel like, yes, last week's was really good.
Yeah.
So I've gone in it, but then I was like, this is all the good things that happen to your brain in meditation, but it didn't say how to actually meditate.
Yeah. That's the thing. You finished it. I was like, cool. That's something. Cool.
Yeah. What would you guys want to learn about next week?
As I said, like when I came to you, it was more like I didn't know what I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And that I have industry now. It's like, time to upskill myself somewhere or learn something new. So just to kind of pick your brains and see what you've learned, because I know you've learned something and you've learned some stuff.
Yeah.
So what stuff you think is useful that you could share with us? And that's more like, why is it? And it's definitely something like this. Like I've got small things to improve myself.
Yeah.
Improve my business, and like it multiplies that way.
Probably food. Like so the reason I circled back to like values and meditation and mindset and mental health and stuff is because I knew the basics of food and training and sleep and water, like blah, 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 all the boring stuff. But I was like, hey, drink 2 liters of water a day and then you'll be all good. And then they come back the next week and they give me this look like, oh, I haven't been drinking water. I'm like, water's good for you because it does this. And then they're like, okay, yeah, I'll drink water. And they come back the next week and they're like, oh, I still haven't had that water. And you're like, oh my God, what's going on? And then you just think, you have to think different about it. Like, how can I make this person know that, okay, you want to lose weight. Okay, to lose weight, you need to be healthy and do this. And like, what are your values? Okay, you enjoy Netflix. Okay, drink water while you have Netflix. And they're like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then you start getting somewhere. So that's why I went back to the mindset thing and trying to get people to actually do stuff rather than just telling them to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're saying like, you can lead a horse to water. Like, you could say, I'll give you like the best program, the best diet, the best sleep routine, whatever, you name it. But then they don't do it. I'd be like, I gave you the best program and sleep tailored to your specific needs, but you're just lazy and you didn't want to do it. So it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? That would be that scenario. But I'm not making the horse very thirsty.
Right.
So I want to lead the horse to water and make it so thirsty. It's like, oh, I just have to drink now. Like, so that's why, like, the goals, the values, the mindset, like, because it all comes from your mind, and that willpower of, do you even have the discipline to sit down for 10 minutes a day and just try and focus? Like, because if you can sit down for 10 minutes a day, like, how many things can you do in 10 minutes a day? Right? Like, even if you read for 10 minutes a day, you would read like 10 books a year.
Yeah.
Like, it's so simple, but and it's training you. Oh shit, I actually can do something, and they feel a lot better from training their mind. So once they do the mind, then you go into, okay, let's get you in the gym, and then they feel better. Okay, let's get you eating more protein. Oh, and you feel better. Let's get you sleeping more, and then it just like keeps getting easier. So dealing with like the root of it. Because everyone knows how to lose weight, right? You just eat better, you exercise, right? Like, it's simple formula, but everyone wants the quick fix. I want that pill, and all the stuff with the values and stuff. If they're doing a job they don't like, or they're trying to live someone else's values because they got in a relationship and they don't want to leave, then they're just looking for that instant gratification of food and Netflix and all the alcohol and drugs and stuff. I don't know how I went down that rabbit hole, but the mental stuff is way more, to me at least, and it will probably change in like a year. I'll come back, but what was I talking about back then? Now it's all about nutrition and detoxification of amino acid profiles in the blood, and but I think it's in your mind and your brain.
So you said that app you mentioned start, just download it.
Yeah. Does everyone have their phones?
Headspace, that's what you said.
Download Waking Up with Sam Harris. That's the one I use. Headspace is good too.
I just heard about that one.
Which one? Oh, the boring one.
I just said, obviously you gotta find the one that really.
Yeah. Waking Up with Sam Harris, Calm, Headspace, and 10% Happier. The 10% Happier, have you listened to that one?
Yeah.
The guy's voice is like
I
intoxicating.
just said though, when you were talking then, I found your voice very relaxing.
Oh, mate.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about, because all these apps you have to pay for after like 10 sessions. Maybe I'll just do my own app.
Yeah.
And then like free.
Just then when we had our eye shot and I was listening to you, I was like,
Really?
You gotta think about thought back to your breath though. You can't think about that. You can think about your breath.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, maybe my voice is too good.
You're like, wow.
Focus.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I get that a lot. Even like a trick I've used when I have like a cheat meal or a free meal, or I eat out or go off my diet plan, and I'll have ice cream or pasta or something, and there's leftovers, and you just want the leftovers so bad, or you want to have more dessert or like whatever it is, and you're like, wait, do I really need it? Okay, I'm gonna do like 5 minutes meditation, and you get up and you're like, wait, I actually don't need it. It's so like, because it's just in your mind telling you to eat, but you're like, no, you know you've just had a huge pasta meal with ice cream, like you don't need more, stop. And even like the awareness, like say you did eat the extra ice cream or the extra pasta, and the next day you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel bloated and shit. It's that willpower and your mind being like, okay, I'm gonna remember that, I'm gonna log that in there. I felt bad after eating, 2 tubs of ice cream. Let's not do that again. Then you, like, so even yesterday, they have this free protein snacks out there, and I had a few, and then I went home and I felt like real bloated and like gassy and just not good at all. And then today I came in again, I'm like, no, they taste so good, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat it because I know it'll make you bloated and feel shitty. So